Hi there, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Emily. We like to keep things creative and whimsical and enjoy little things in life. Today, we're going through this sketchbook, which is an adventure from when I had no motivation to when I gained it back. So let's get into it. This is a bit of a longer video, just want to let you know, so you might want to get a snack or a cup of tea while we get into it. Don't know why I'm feeling nervous to film today, but here we are. Let's go through this sketchbook together. Here is the center spread. I always like to decorate it. I use a lot of my little tea labels and stickers, and then I did a couple drawings on Post-its and cut them out because I wanted it to be kind of cohesive in colors, but it ended up being kind of all over the place, which is totally fine. Started March 28th, 2024 and finished September 26th, 2025. And I decided not to draw on these pages, just kind of make a front page. It's my 47th sketchbook with the start and finish date here. We got some sketches. I believe these were requested by my Instagram followers. We had a reading nook, a hedgehog in a basket of flowers, barn swallow. Just some, I believe these were Pinterest references. And another request was foxes, which I just sketched very lightly, as you can see. And then this is just a warm-up drawing. I was like, I have some blank space here, let's fill it. And just some fun purple sketches. I love sketching in colored pencil. These were some Draw This in Your Style challenge little sketch ideas. I didn't actually end up finishing any of these, I believe. And then this was an Instagram challenge that I was making little thumbnail sketches for. I ended up using this sketch and bringing it into Photoshop. I didn't end up finishing it, but I'll show you what I got to here. I was not feeling motivated at this time. This is April 4th. I had just finished my first trimester of pregnancy and I was just exhausted, still not feeling totally myself. So church notes, more sketches. Another set of Instagram suggestions really helped me do stuff. We got a mouse with a little bouquet, a knight riding a moth, which was a really fun suggestion, and then I turned this little gnome guy into a bookmark, which again I'll show here. More church notes. I had an art night with the youth girls and I made this little froggy into a watercolor painting. Again, I'll try and show you guys. Initially, I was planning on painting the cover of this sketchbook. I thought it was sketchbook 46, but going back through my sketchbooks, it's actually the 47th sketchbook because I didn't count one of them. So that's why the number's off here, and it says 47 in the front. I didn't end up painting it, as you can see, but I did come up with a couple little ideas here. And that's why it's tapped, because I was like, oh, I'll paint it with one of these ideas. No, did not happen. More colored pencil sketches. You can kind of see I was not feeling motivated. Another round of Instagram suggestions. We had dinosaur, chicken, bat, and then church notes. It's a lot of church notes in here because I just was not in the mood to draw. Eowyn was about this size when I drew this, which is kind of fun, in the womb. So little. Now she's 1, which is crazy. Some squirrel sketches. More mermaid had just started and I was like, am I participating? No. And I was craving pizza and Dr. Pepper. That was based on a picture of my sister. More church notes. It was Mother's Day. Yes, I did some little Mother's Day thumbnails here to make some cards that I didn't end up doing. Here were some ideas for like when you're stuck, and I was so stuck. So these were some sketches from Pinterest because I did not know what to make. This was a redraw from an old painting I did. Just notes. We had just bought our house and this was all the to-dos we had to do. Very interesting, I know. So I think it's so easy to see. These same face. I just wasn't feeling it. I do like this little girl. She is fun. And I just finished this frog drawing. If you saw my last video, you saw the process for this. Lots of little pencil sketches, more church notes, This was based on the Henry Huggins book cover. I was feeling inspired by that, and it was fun to draw, and that's Ribsy. Yeah, there's just so much blank space here. It's kind of easy to see, like, you were not feeling the inspiration at all. Some light colored pencil sketches. This was potentially for a paper doll design. I still might do, but I haven't finished it yet. Feeling more pregnant. July 12th. Highlighter sketches. These were based on Jess Karp's 100 animal little, she made a print and I had it hanging up, and I was drawing these based on her drawings. And I was listening to Harry Potter while I was at work, and that's what these sketches are from. Again, just so much blank space. More church notes. I had to go in for jury duty. Josh, my husband, crossed this off and put criminal. I was like, why'd you do that? You ruined my page, but it is what it is. Didn't end up getting called in, which was a blessing because I was not feeling good. More sketches. Some blue pen sketches, which were very fun to do. I think it's fun to change up the medium every so often. Colored pencil, I was just feeling exhausted with, so we used some pen and highlighters. My nephew had just been born. Some more notes. More notes. And this was our schedule right after Awen was born. I took a break, you see. It's from, it's like 3 weeks, because he was born in August. And then I just took it to church with me, August 24th, probably the week after, and the week after. And then Awen was born, and it was just nothing until October 16th. So it says, feeling inspired, finally. Again, it was still pretty sporadic because I had a newborn, but I was inspired to draw her. So we got a couple pictures based on pictures of her. Doesn't look like her, but you know, we try. And then Josh, my husband, had started a D&D campaign, and I was drawing some of the characters. Here, this was based on a picture I found on Pinterest. If I can find the artist, I will list him here. Yeah, more church notes and drawing with pen. Feeling lovey-dovey as a mom. It was very hot though. More pictures based on my daughter. And more D&D characters. And more. These are sketches of people, well, that's Awen, but sketches of people from church. And then more colors. So at this point, Josh had bought me some fun highlighter colors, and I was like, let's decorate the pages with them. And then, yeah, so that's what I did. And then I ended up sketching with them, which is also very fun. Sketching with pens. This was colored pencil and graphite on top. This was based on a Pinterest reference as well. So I will see if I can find that for you. I had just decorated the whole page and sketched, and obviously didn't finish them all. Pink and purple. Awen did a ton of contact naps. Well, she was 2 months old at this point. Hey, but we loved our contact naps for sure. More sketches. This was the day after my birthday, and I did some drawing, which is nice. Highlighter sketches and pencil sketches. Feeling the fall vibes with the sweaters and the fun hats. I like this little guy. This was a gray highlighter. Josh had bought a bunch of highlighters for his students, and he had grays and browns left over because he's like, those are boring to give to them. So he gave them to me, and I really enjoyed drawing with them, and I still do. Waiting for Awen to sleep. Memories. More highlighter sketches. These aren't super easy to see because I used a green, but I think they're kind of visible, at least. Can you tell what movie I was watching? Because it was December. And then some more gray highlighter sketches. These ones are harder to see because I just made a mess with the highlighter in the background, but I really like this one here, and then I think this one's pretty cool too. And a very fun little property bear. Little mouse with a hat. And then Amazon sent out these stickers. I don't know if you guys got them, but I think they're super cute, so I put them in my sketchbook. And we have some more highlighter sketches and a little colored pencil sketch from when Aylin was a newborn. She wasn't anymore because it was January and I was feeling sad. These are some sketches on what she could do. She could sit up with supports, hold a spoon, hold herself up, which was a long time coming. And then church notes, and then a giant sketch with some song lyrics here. Yep. And then I have this yellow pen that I really like to use, and I was feeling the grays. So we got gray, black, and yellow here, which is always like fall for me, and it matched the little tea bag tag. Okay, I was planning on making a full illustration here and never did. So that's why there's so much blank space. We got the little thumbnails, but just not done. These are cute though. Those are pretty cute. Those are pretty cute. Some more notes and some more pen sketches. Highlighters. I was drawing at an angle, which is why these are so skewed. We'll just keep going. Listening to a podcast and drawing some colored pencil sketches, and then red highlighter sketches. I like to make the pages kind of cohesive in their colors, which is why there's like the blue and the purple, and then more sketches based on Eowyn. Could you tell what was inspiring me? Yep. And then sketching from people at church, and then trying to draw from memory what Eowyn looked like and totally messing the mark. I really like how this yellow and the pink go together. Highlighters, they look orange when they're blended, but the yellow and the pink are so pretty. And then this is one of my favorite all-time spreads in this sketchbook. I used green and gray and black pen, and I think it's just lovely together with a Post-it. And then I tried to do the same thing with the yellow, and it just not quite the same. I do really like this little sketch here though. Then I just went in with a pen with no sketchy lines because I wanted to see if I could do it, and I think some of them turned out okay. Like this one looks kind of like her. This one's pretty decent. I think this one's cute, but some of them are funky. And then a highlighter sketch too. This was in a book I bought from the thrift store, and I thought she was cute, so I just cut her out and put her in here. I think this is a really old picture, so if this is you, let me know. You're in my sketchbook. Some more orange and pink. And then we got pink and teal, which was fun. These are notes from work. I hate wasting Post-its, so I like to stick them in my sketchbook, even though they're kind of like, I don't do much with them, but I think they're a fun little pop of color in here as well. These are sketches based on, I think they're enamel pens I found on Pinterest. Very fun. Pen sketches, messy page. I posted a reel of this on Instagram. I was trying to draw while Eowyn was playing, and it was very difficult, but we tried. And I drew the watercolor in first and then did sketches on top with colored pencil and pen. Some more highlighter pages, church notes, Eowyn. Didn't finish this because I really just liked how it looked in the pen. Father's Day coming up, so I had to draw my husband and our daughter. So cute. Really love this guy here. We'll just keep going. Unfinished sketches. Pink. Some highlighter fun. You can barely see the yellow highlighter. I'm sorry about that. And then some pencil sketches. It's always fun to get back into pencil after you've missed it for a while. Perry, my original character. We went on a date, and this is what Josh and I drew together. And some more pink sketches. This page is kind of lame, but I really like this part. More pink sketches, unfinished sketches. Thankfully, sketchbooks can be whatever you want them to be, and they don't have to be finished. Really like how funny this one is. And then I turned this one into a sticker. If you saw my my Inktober video, it's in there. More watercolors. These ones didn't turn out quite as good as the other ones, but it's okay. Unfinished page, September sketch. Well, attempting some stuff with markers and colored pencil that I don't think I was successful at, but it's good to try. Drew some blobs, made some sea creatures with the blobs. Didn't finish the sea creatures, but I'm okay with that. We got some notes. This page I ripped out because I had to take down some information and then just used the back and glued it back in because I didn't actually use the paper. And then had this extra note lying around. This was a sketch for the Tiny Homes sewing box. And then all the little tiny sketches. I will pop up the illustrations up here. This was for Warm Lantern. We've got our sewing box and our crispy apple. And another page. I like, when I use up a box of tea, I like to not waste the illustrations on there because I think they're cute. So I cut it out, then I drew it in my own style over here. And then this was for the prompt autumn wreath for another Instagram challenge. And then this is where I ripped out that page, you could see. So I just wrote some verses on there. And then these are from Pinterest references. And I really, really like this one. And then this is just holding some more ideas for my shop and stuff. We got some colored pencil sketches and some more notes. And then more notes. I drew these Sharpie little lines here for fun to keep the page flowing, but they were kind of dark for sketches. So I used a brown highlighter, and I think it's pretty visible, but it's definitely would have been easier if I used highlighter instead because you can see over highlighter better. Some notes. This page I shared in my last video. And then this I drew on, I sketched in crayon and then I went over it with pen and highlighter. With this little tiny, I like to watch the tiny home tours on YouTube sometimes. And that was, I drew it from imagination, but the layout of it was from a actual tiny home. There's a thumbnail and there's the finished piece. Under here I did a Norman Rockwell study that I am not a fan of. Do you want to see it? Okay. I'll show you guys, but I really hate it. That was my first attempt at a Norman Rockwell study for my last video, and it just did not turn out the way I liked. Some Inktober ideas, some sticker ideas, in and out sticker. Highlighter sketches. If you saw my very first video, you saw me draw this. And then these were Aowen Picks My Color challenges. So she picked teal and purple on one day and teal and orange on another, and I just made it one on each page, September 17th and September 6th. There's a big gap between the dates, but that's what we got. And then these were all studies from some art books. Well, I don't think the Gnomes book is technically an art book. It is like a book on gnomes, but I use it as an art book because it's got some beautiful illustrations, which these ones are based on. And then this is a Norman Rockwell study. If you saw my last video, more Inktober sketches, a little crayon drawing I did of Aowen, or attempt. They never look quite like her, and it's okay. Highlighter sketches, drawing for the prompt fall outfit, but I wanted to draw her doing something, so she's picking apples because it's fall, and that's what you do, right? This was for the prompt rainy days. Not rainy days. Mushrooms. This was for the prompt rainy days. Mushrooms with a little froggy. This is like a just big plug for my Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, you see some of this stuff beforehand. And then these are some more studies. This is from the Art of the Wing Feather Saga book. This was a study from Reverie by Sibylline Maynette. And then the rest of these are studies from Loish's. This is the only one from the Art of Loish, and then these ones are from Sketchbook of Loish. And then this was another Aowen Picks My Color challenge. So she picked 4 colors for this one. That's why it's kind of all over the place. But I thought they were fun. I already put these stickers and this Post-it in here, so I kind of had to make it work. If you know what this sticker is from, it's from Over the Garden Wall. So it looks creepy. I promise it's not. And then did some sketches on a napkin when we went out on a date, and it matched this page. So I glued it in over here and then finished it up with some other sketches. And then these are my my Inktober ideas. Just my brainstorming, and then the finished sketches and the final inside cover with more stickers and some more fun little doodads. And that is the end. And that is my sketchbook. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a like. If you would like to see more content like this, please subscribe And if you would like to comment, I always leave a question on the end card. You can answer that or tell me whatever you want. Have a great day.